Hi everyone, thanks for dropping by my YouTube channel and for checking out this final test video of Thomas's U.S.S.C brand Pellet Stove Controller. This controller is out of a 5500M pellet stove, and Thomas sent it to me because he was having a lot of issues with it. It was reporting an error, and the display at the front here was displaying nonsensical stuff, so you could not make out what it was trying to say. So I did do an interim video on this one because I had to order parts and I wanted to let Thomas know that it would take a little longer to get to him. So Thomas, I want to thank you for your patience on this. I appreciate that very much, and allowing me to take the time to extensively troubleshoot this and resolve error 9 on it. So I currently have this connected to my tester. My tester has a number of light bulbs that indicate different sections of the pellet stove. This one here that I have on the bench, because of this kind of controller, it is the heater element. This one here is the hopper drive, hopper stirring motor, the combustion fan, the auger, and the room fan. So that when those lights come on, that means that the controller is trying to send voltage to those things, and if it was a motor, the motor would spin. If it was a heater, the heater would heat up. So I'll go ahead and turn it on, and we'll see that it'll be in the off mode, but a couple of lights will come on. There's a U.S.S.C logo, and then it'll tell us it's a pellet stove, PLLT, and then the version 2.77. Draft fan is on, so it just turned on the draft fan, and it also turned on the room fan. And part of that is because I'm using a thermistor which is not the correct thermistor for this task. It's got the wrong value, but we'll see that it functions good enough for me to know that the temperature sensing circuit is working fine. So I have the controller in off mode right now. I have some lights blinking. I'll go ahead and turn it on, and when I do that, it'll put me in heat range number 1. So there we are, we're in heat range number 1. So it's clear now that error 9, which is a very difficult error to resolve, has been cleared, and the controller is functioning normally again. So I'm in heat range 1. I can go ahead and step through heat range 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oh 5 only, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I can also go in room fan A automatic or 9, and it'll stay there at A or 9. That's my only options. I also have the draft fan that I can change, draft A, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the auxiliary does nothing. There's no real change there. So I'll go back to the room fan, which 9, it stays 9 in automatic. So we have full functionality of the keypad that I'm aware of, and I'm about to go and test the self-test functions of the controller. To do the self-test functions, I'll press the off key and the auger delay at the same time for about 3 seconds. So there we go. 1, 2, and we go into draft fan. So with that telling us the draft fan is on, the draft fan is on. It was already on, but we know it's on. The controller is supplying power to it. If I press any key on the keypad, we'll go to a different function of the controller, and the draft fan will go off. So as I do that, we wind up with the room fan being on. So we see the controller turned off the combustion fan and turned on the convection fan or the room fan. So we see that feature is also working. On to the next one is the igniter, and as I previously noted, the igniter is on my desktop here. So that's functional, and the controller can control it. The last one is the auger. So the auger light came on as I expected, and if I press again, we'll get into the hopper, and for this controller, the hopper light will not come on. So the self-test feature of this controller does not turn on the hopper, and it does not turn it on other controllers that I've tested. So although it's there, I cannot tell you why that feature is not enabled in the software, in the firmware. If I press the next button, we wind up with stat. I'm not sure what stat means, sorry about that, but there it is, and I'm happy to see it. That's what I see on every self-test. The next one is 177 degrees Fahrenheit. As I noted before, I do not have the correct thermistor connected to this, but if I take the thermistor, I squeeze it in my hand, we'll see that the temperature rises up above 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and that is pretty typical of every other controller I've tested with this thermistor. As I release it, it'll come back down to what it believes to be room temperature. So that feature of it is working, so it's capable of sensing temperature and reporting it. Next button is 60H. That's 60 Hertz. That's the frequency of the power coming into the controller, which is normal for North America. Augured, I press the next one and it goes into buy. So that resets the controller, U.S.S.C, PLLT, version 2.77, PLLT 2.77, and draft fan comes on, and heat range 1. So I'll go ahead and turn this off. And I want to say, Thomas, thank you so much for your patience. I appreciate that very much. I appreciate you letting me work on error 9 and resolving it for you. Looks like it's fully functional. I'm quite happy with the results. I want to thank you for sending this to me. And for all you viewers, if you have a U.S.S.C. pellet stove controller of your own that may look like this or slightly different, or for a different stove even, and you have questions or concerns, feel free to let me know. My contact information will be in the video description below this video. In the meantime, I do hope that you'll give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, if you thought it was useful, and please do go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that very much. So everyone, thanks for watching, and on to the next one. Bye-bye.